What's up, guys? So I guess this here is gonna be update number 1 for the big toy room project. So I already did a video kind of showing you guys my mess, and what's silly about that is it's already been 2 months, 2.5 months, almost 3. Well, we're in March now, and I did that video on Christmas Day, and you know how much I've gotten done? Nothing. Not a single thing has been done down here. So I am now going to attempt to start the process of getting this all straightened up and organized a little bit so that I actually have usable space down here and a decent looking toy room. And I'm super overwhelmed by it, but I have to just jump in. I got real busy at the beginning of the year because obviously you get through the holidays and that's always a little crazy and it's hard to keep up and catch up with everything. And then, you know, right away in February was New York Toy Fair, and that takes a lot of my time and dedication. So now that we're past all of that, I figure there's no better time to just get on this and start going. So here's the deal. I don't have like a huge game plan for how this is gonna work just yet, but what I want to start with, let me show you guys. What I want to start with over here is cleaning up the floor, because the floor is just absolutely covered with insanity. I mean, like, because I just ran out of room. Look, I can't even walk in here. This is just the dumbest thing. So what I want to do is I want to clean up the floor here. And I want to pick everything up that's just laying down and sort it and put it away. And I want to pull these 2 shelves out of here because I just want this to all be big open space so that there's nothing on the floor, there's nothing in my way, and then I'll start dealing with all the rest of this and figure out how I'm going to organize it. So I guess that's my game plan right now. I'm not entirely sure how far I'm going to get, but let me go ahead. I'm just going to jump into it. I'm gonna jump into it, and I don't know. We'll see how this comes together. I'll keep you guys updated. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. Let's do it. Break. Okay, so I started kind of trying to straighten up some of the stuff on the floor, and came to the realization that I have a lot of like big boxes, like box toys, or like toys from, or boxes from toys that like I don't necessarily want to part with. I want to keep right now, and they're taking up a lot of space on the floor. So I'm going to actually try to sort them by putting them in this big giant box right here, just to get them all in one space and out of the way. And thought I'd kind of like, you know, show you guys some of the things I'm packing up while I'm doing it. So I guess I'll start doing that. So this is a pretty awesome find that I had a few years ago that I just haven't done anything with yet. This is the Golden Girl Palace of the Gems. And if you're not familiar with Golden Girl, this was essentially a She-Ra knockoff line. Very similar kind of warrior chicks, but they're really cool action figures actually. They're very, very nicely done, and this is the play set for those. It's never been opened. You can see the box has seen better days, but it's never been opened, so everything inside should be brand new. My whole point, like, I bought this because I've actually got some Golden Girl figures, you know, with my other 5.5 figures, my other masters, knockoffs, whatever you want to call them. And so my plan was always to open this and maybe do a video on it and display it, and it's just one of those things that you're going to notice that a lot. That's going to be a recurring theme of my collection. I buy things with the intention to do a video and never get to it. So maybe I'll get to this one at some point, because I definitely will be opening this up and displaying it, because, I mean, you know, the box is crushed anyway. And this thing deserves to be pulled out and maybe even have a nice video done on it. So stay tuned, I guess. I'll probably say that a lot too. It's so big it like takes up this whole box. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna fit in there, but let's keep trying. Captain Power! Phantom Striker. This has been open. The vehicle's in there, but you know, it's in good shape and everything. I actually have both of these large vehicles from the Captain Power line, as well as yeah, I've got the Power Jet also, and I've got the Energizer, and I've got most all of the figures from this line. This is a great toy line. It's just one of those ones that like I collected, and then again haven't found a proper way to display them. But I love this line, so yes, eventually I would love to set up all of the ships and all the figures with it. But for right now, in the box. Alien Queen Hive playset from Kenner. This is an empty box because I actually opened this one and I did review this one. This is one I actually followed through with. This is a wonderful playset, and I just love the Kenner Alien line anyway. But I always have a hard time getting rid of boxes from vintage lines when they're this nice looking. Look at the artwork on this. This is awesome. So I don't want to get rid of this box, even though I've got the playset opened with all the Kenner toys, because if I get a nice setup, I keep saying that, I'm digging myself into a hole here. If I get a nice setup with all my Kenner aliens out, this would still look great on display like as a backdrop with it, but I don't know, I can't. Box art's awesome. I love box art. Computer Warriors, it's one of my all-time favorite obscure toy lines. I actually have several boxes here for these. These are all empty because I opened them all and displayed them, but exact same thing with Captain Power. These boxes are just way too awesome. So much vintage goodness that I want them to be part of my collection. So here I am keeping empty boxes again. Yeah, good job me. Shadow Strikers. Ever hear of this one? It's a Kenner line. It actually came after Mask. Similar, the figures are actually even a little bit smaller than Mask, but the whole concept with these is that when you dipped them in water, the figures would turn completely translucent. They would turn invisible. I actually had this in one of the jets as a kid, so I've always loved this line. Just another weird, random, obscure line. Good stuff. Hey, all right, another one that I followed through on. This is the Captain Planet Toxic Sludge Dump playset. I actually did review this one as part of my Halloween slime toy videos, so sweet. It's all in there too. It's good stuff, good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, you guys remember that terrible Super Mario Brothers movie, right? The live action one? It was terrible. Had an equally terrible toy line from Ertl. I have a soft spot in my heart for that movie and those toys, and this right here is actually a pretty rare piece from that line. This is the Crash Action Police Car. This is sealed in like a mint box. Because I actually got this from somebody who had found a case of them, and I bought this. It's pretty rare, actually. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna open it, but I probably will do like a video one day. A long time ago when I first started doing stuff, I did a video about the toys based on this movie, but it was very... It was a small video. There wasn't a lot to it because I just talked about some of the action figures. Maybe one day I'll revisit it and talk about the whole toy line itself, and then I can bring this in. But I love this. Toxic Crusaders! You guys love Toxic Crusaders as much as me. I love this toy line. Playmates released the original toy line, of course, and it's right up there in the same styling as the Ninja Turtles line. They fit together perfectly. It's a great line. This is a... I want to say it's probably around 8 inches tall, maybe 10 inches tall, large scale version of Toxie. And what's interesting about this, I mean, look, it's got the same artwork and everything from the Playmates Toys packages, but there is no actual Playmates logo on here. There's no toy company logo on here. So I think like the speculation is that this isn't even an official release. This is like a bootleg basically, but it's awesome. I love it. There's no mop. It's just the figure. But it's still a really cool piece to have with the collection. Okay, so when I started shooting this particular video, the plan was to kind of start packing up some things, taking a look at some of the toys in my collection, and basically trying to get my toy room organized, and just make it look nicer. But if you remember my first video that kind of spawned this whole clean my room stuff, you know, my room's a mess, look at it, that video. You might remember that I mentioned in there that one of my reasons for really needing to get on this and clean things up is because we were hoping to eventually move and find a new house. And while I'm not ready to really make any sort of big announcements yet as far as that's concerned, what I will say is that the ball on that has started rolling a lot faster and a lot sooner than I think I expected it to, which means my plans have completely changed in here. Instead of trying to organize this, I'm gonna pack it. I'm gonna pack it all up. And that's kind of sad. Of course, I always hate putting this stuff away, but like, mostly I'm just kind of like, oh, this is gonna take a lot of work. So I've already kind of started, and I'm kind of spinning around here. You can see I've got some empty shelves up there already. You can see that the floor's a little, you can see the floor down there? That's because I've started packing things. So I'm gonna call this video here. We're gonna stop right here for now. Hopefully you still enjoyed what you got to see with this. I know this wasn't anything too crazy, or, you know, you didn't really get to see a whole lot, but yeah, I gotta get on the ball with this, guys. It's time for me to pack this stuff up. I'm probably gonna kind of organize it as go. I don't know what the future of this project holds just yet. I might film some more footage of me packing this up, depending on my time frame, or, and this is a big or right now, so don't get too, like, certain of this. This might just turn into a whole, let's set up my new toy room thing. We'll see. But for the now, I just need a little bit of time. Obviously, this is gonna take all of my attention now, so if things start getting a little sporadic, you guys know why. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the little video that I was able to give you. Of course, stay tuned, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you think. And until next time, I gotta pack all this stuff.